How about you? Do you want to have kids?
Of course. Yes.
Well, you say of course, but in Korea, the of course is not the answer that most Koreans would give.
올해 초 중국 인구가 60여 년 만에 처음으로 감소했다는 보도가 나왔었죠. 일본도 마찬가지입니다. 출산율이 사상 최저치로 떨어지면서 당국이 출산 장려 정책 예산을 2배 늘릴 것이라는 발표까지 했는데요. 한국도 대표적인 저출산 국가라는 오명과 함께 각계에서 우려 섞인 시선을 보내고 있습니다. 이렇게 아시아의 출산율이 급감하는 가운데 펜실베니아 주립대 사회학과 샘 리처드 교수가 아시아의 인구 감소를 주제로 한국과 중국 학생을 연단으로 나오게 해 이야기를 들어봤다고 하는데요. 과연 20대 초반의 한국과 중국 학생은 출산에 대해 어떤 생각을 갖고 있을까요? 영상으로 내용을 확인해 보시죠.
Hi, my name's Yeonji, and I'm from China. I'm a journalism major.
Hello everyone. My name is Junho, and I'm from South Korea. I'm a freshman. I'm studying film.
Hi guys, my name is Leah. I'm from Korea, so my Korean name is Hyunseok. I'm currently doing a podium T up here, and I'm a junior majoring in accounting.
So I want to have a conversation with the three of you about a very different issue. And the issue is a really low population rate, a falling population rate that is very troubling and very disturbing for people in different countries, including China. Can you explain the one-child policy?
In 1960s, that every family can only have one child, and I guess it's last for 50 years.
Yeah, it's
And
about almost 40 years. Yeah.
Almost 40 years.
I think so. Yeah.
And in 2016, I guess,
Yeah.
and they just came up with the 2 children policy.
Yeah.
Now each family can have 2 children, and in the coming 2021, they came out with the 3 children policy.
So the issue is the birth rate in China was growing so fast that China was very clearly going to be too overpopulated, like we see with India, right? And the Chinese government said, listen, we have to cut the birth rate down. And so we're going to allow people to have 1 child, except in rural areas. Some people could have 2 children, right?
Yeah.
If you had a girl for your first child, do you remember that?
I guess it's like some of the minorities, they are allowed to have 2 children, but most of the
Like if you were Han
ethnicities,
Chinese.
Yeah, they're only allowed to have 1 child, no matter it's girls or boys.
And so one of the things, because of the way Chinese families are, that it's the boy that looks after the parents. The girl gets married off with somebody else, like many, many cultures in the world. So many Chinese parents wanted boys
Yeah, definitely.
and didn't want girls, which is why when you meet people here these days, people who are adopted from China, it's rare to encounter a boy, a male. Like I rarely have a male student who's adopted from China, but I have lots of women students. The current birth rate in Korea is 0.81, and in China 0.28, like well below. Look at Japan, and even Germany and the U.S., right? And so it's well below reproduction rates. So the way the U.S. population is going to grow is from immigration. The way the German population is going to grow is from immigration. Japan, China, and Korea. Well, China, it's going to continue to grow because of the large number of people in China, but pretty quickly it's going to fall off. So here's my question to you all. When you think about having children, what do you consider? What are you thinking about?
What kind of life I can provide for them? Like, there's a lot of stress, pressures from the society, and I need to give my child the best as I can, like from kindergarten to the best education and best quality of her or his life. So I think that is most of the thing I need to think
Are you planning to? Do you want children?
Actually, no. Like from now, like in my 20s, and I'm not in a close relationship, so yeah, not.
So you're not
Thinking
planning
about
at this point in time. You're not planning to have children.
Yeah.
So how about you? Do you want to have kids?
Of course. Yes.
Well, you say of course, but in Korea, the of course is not the answer that
Yeah,
most
I know.
Koreans would give.
I know, but like from my perspective, like having a kid, the start of my life, like studying, getting a job, and earning money is a like preparation stage to begin my like actual life. So that's why I say, of course, for me having a child. But like I like prioritize a well-being of my kids, future kids. Like for example, like provide their education or money to get a stable job or like be stable with their future family, like to maintain the, let's say, to fulfill their role as a parents or as a human.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, that's a priority for me. Like,
So many Koreans? Hang on, let me ask Leah. How about you? Are you about having children? Are you planning to have kids?
Yeah, I do, but maybe just one.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to like having a kid, I believe I will need to be just financially stable. Also, I will need to consider my marriage, how stable it is.
Yeah.
Because I know I was pretty privileged, and I know how my parents dedicated to my life.
Yeah.
I feel a lot of pressure and responsibility of having a child and let them feel the joy of the environment, just the earth in general.
So one of the things that I hear from people in China and people in Korea is and you said it right, the pressures of having a child. Can you just really quickly just walk us through like what's your day, like your average school day?
I was in international school, but that's why I don't know about like public school in Korea. But as long as I know, like public school mostly start at like 8:20
Yeah.
when you're
And
in
you go.
elementary school.
Yeah.
And when you go up to middle school, high school, you like shift to like 8 or like 7:50.
Okay, and then you get out of school and then you go where? To the cram schools.
Academy or like private lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that goes until
Like 10.
10 p.m.
Yeah.
It's same with you?
Yeah, similarly.
About the pressures of having children and the pressures of doing all the things you need to do to really successfully raise a child. There are a lot more pressures. Like when you think about having to deal with all the education pressures and making sure your child is
20대 초반의 젊은이들이 벌써부터 느끼고 있는 출산에 대한 사회적 압박감과 더불어 출산과 육아에 따른 책임감을 확실히 인지하고 있다는 사실이 인상적이었는데요. 다음 영상에서는 아시아의 출산율을 주제로 한국의 부모님들이 보여준 놀라운 행동에 대해 이야기가 이어집니다. 오늘 영상도 재밌게 보셨다면 구독과 좋아요 부탁드리겠습니다. 항상 함께 해주시는 시청자, 구독자 여러분께 깊이 감사드립니다.